Hi, it's Joey, and today I'm going to be watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 7, Episode 10, Stolen. And now I feel like that could mean a couple of things. My Daisy-centered brain is immediately like, her powers were stolen by Nathaniel, or she was stolen as a baby, and I know Jia Ying's going to be around because they gave her the coordinates and said we're going to meet up with you, and Nathaniel and Cora are still out there, and there's going to be a lot of stuff happening this episode. I have a feeling we might see Fitz in this episode or something more about him just because we're running out of episodes, and it might be that we don't and we find out because we've got 3 after this. Yeah, this is 10, 11, 12, yeah, we've got 4 more episodes, so maybe it's going to be the final 3. I don't know, but I kind of feel like we're reaching the point where we might start finding out about Fitz, because I know Ian asked for time off, but like he'll be in some of it, and it might even be that he's in like the end credit scene this episode or something, but I'm excited about that because, you know, as much as I have loved this season, we need Fitz in our final season. So yeah, I am just so excited for this episode. I'm also very scared. I know I saw I was scrolling through Facebook the other day, and there was, I think it was yesterday, and there was a shot of a scene from the episode. Now I scrolled past, I didn't watch it, but the caption caught my eye, and it was like, "To protect Daisy, the team must save Jia Ying at all costs." Like, yes, at all costs, I agree. So anyway, I'm just very much looking forward to this episode. I have loved this season. If you would like to check out my unedited version of this reaction, please check out my Patreon, where you can sponsor shows and do all the usual stuff. I still feel really awkward saying that. I'm sorry. Anyway, yes, I'm very excited to start this episode. Let's go.
The name John Garrett.
Oh crap. I like these titles. Last night when I was lying in bed, I saw James Paxton, and I was like, oh, that's the same name as Bill Paxton's surname. So then I clicked on it, and he is his son. My god, sorry. I literally had just remembered that. So yeah, they got Bill Paxton's son to play him when he was younger, and I think that's just really lovely, and especially given that we sadly can't have Bill Paxton in it again, and Garrett is such a pivotal character to S.H.I.E.L.D.
Mentioned the Triskelion. It's 1983. Wasn't in use yet.
It's ahead of schedule.
Oh god.
Just like
Wow.
Oh, Susan, bless his heart. They're like, God, so old school, and he's like, wow.
Levered operative transmission receiver's ability to penetrate space-time.
Did you understand that?
Yeah.
Actually, yes.
Take that off your hands.
I got it. Thanks.
Just thought I'd put some weight on the new leg as well.
Oh, her face.
Say what you will about the 50s. At least he doesn't know chivalry's dead. Okay, anyway.
I love this so much.
Well, she told us. Did I say something when you removed the implant?
Yeah, you did.
You were devastated.
Yeah, which is what is bloody stressful, Simmons. I'm glad we're dealing with this straight on, but it was also stressful. Maybe it wasn't the best time to bring it up, but I completely understand why Daisy was like, I need to know the answers.
But we can't lose any more parents.
And this is about protecting your existence.
Yes. Most important thing we've ever had. Most important mission ever.
There's
Yes. Oh my god. She doesn't know. Oh, she's going to find out from Jia Ying. Oh crap, they didn't get to tell her. Oh goodness. Oh, Daisy, my love. Oh, for God's sake. I'm so stressed. Just too many emotions. Because... Sorry, Nathaniel. You know what? I'm not sorry, Nathaniel. Shut up. Give me a minute to speak. Like, Daisy... The last time she saw her mum had like gone psycho and tried to kill her, and then she had her mum for such a brief window, and now she's gonna actually get to not only just know her mum used to be a good person, but see it with her eyes, and that's gonna make the pain better and worse. And just hello, I'm stressed.
Something like that.
I mean, if Garrett died prematurely, that could be good for the future. Slash, it would change our future. I'm genuinely really stressed about what the future is going to be like when we get there, because Garrett can't have this information.
protection. You should leave that to us.
Oh, Daisy.
I got my power back. Thanks to you.
And if you get taken,
It'd be me.
Oh.
This me is disposable. If I get caught.
Disposable's the last thing you are.
Yeah.
Recyclable then.
Oh,
Minimal
that's
waste.
sadly
I can
true.
take him in.
Your people need you to lead.
I have to get her back.
Oh my god, she's gonna find out. Oh god.
Maybe I can talk some sense.
Hey Daisy, the one's.
But if she sees you, it can provoke her.
You need to stay safe for your other daughter who doesn't exist
Can't
yet.
risk it.
I'll stay.
I'm sorry, literally.
I have to bring back my daughter.
Oh, and now Daisy knows. Oh, sweetheart. I know, sweetheart. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
I think she intended to use it on herself, but Nathaniel got to her. I think in the original timeline, she went through with it.
Yeah. This is just the worst pain to learn.
Which is why my mom let me go with you.
Oh, sweetheart, she just wants to save her
We
sister.
need you and your mother to survive. You're staying.
One said discovery requires experimentation, so we experimented.
Ugh.
Found a better. Mercy comes in many forms.
Cora, come on.
Years ago.
I mean, that was the worst thing to say, because I think
Forgive you for believing that.
She was feeling conflicted, and then you just made it so she wasn't. She's
I
not.
want a power like that.
She doesn't feel too happy about that. It's so weird knowing that like they're there when he dies. Oh, she wants him to help her. From what Daisy said, they're stressed.
So it's just,
Oh, Dee, you're so sweet. But I'm
taking a
stressed.
look at this again. This thing isn't communicating with Fitz anymore.
That doesn't necessarily mean he
Maybe it never
died.
was.
Controlling the jump.
Fitz is
He
not
wasn't.
dead.
Consider the logic.
They're just making us think
Before
Fitz is
the
dead,
Comms went, they
so that
dictated
we'll all be
time
really
and
happy when
place.
we find him again.
The Zephyr could
My prediction.
Don't.
My prediction is that I don't know exactly the details of everything, but there may be like she's abandoned her kid or something, and she had a daughter called Diana, who's Deke's mother, and that Fitz is there with her somehow, keeping them safe by her not knowing where they are, and that bit is true. And so the what have I done is because she's left her child or something. That's my like happy version of it, because even though that's really horrible, like time travel, they can go back to the baby. But yeah,
Fitz is out there.
that's Deke believes. Deke will always
It's
believe.
happening for a reason. We're gonna fix this and get back to him.
It's all gonna be fine, Simmons. Don't
Okay.
worry.
Hug or something?
You're hilarious, but no.
You liked
You
hugging
guys
people in the
don't wanna take a
future.
step back.
Yes, I told you this was stressful, then they would know you were coming.
Waiting is the hardest part.
Of course, Sybil tells the future. Oh dear. The last thing we need is a teleporting Garrett in the future.
Maybe I'm just helping you not die.
Yeah.
Your father was co-opted by Sybil. Look,
Everything you did to me.
I'm sorry, have we?
And did you not notice all the things you did to
I
them?
got a sneak peek. Long-haired creepo stabbed you with a pointy stick. That was funny.
You haven't changed a bit. And I'm aware that statement makes no sense.
Yes. Ugh. It just makes me so. I'm like, I don't understand. How on earth are we saving our future from this? I mean, Gordon can survive this, which we'd need, but he. When they see.
Looking spry for an old guy. How's it feeling? Fascism is back.
Yes.
You mean the thing I helped wipe out 10 years ago?
Yeah. The past won't leave us alone.
No.
Yeah, Matt caught me up. You know, you said her name to me when
Yeah. Oh.
Malik was doing a number on you.
Because of the timeline.
The timeline is screwed.
Yep.
Pardon my French.
But we need to
You're
fix
talking
it.
To a guy who served on. You had a rare opportunity here.
I do think that, like,
I got a list of people.
if they
long
can
gone by now. I'd
talk
do
without
anything
giving
to
anything
own my
away,
stolen
and
moment.
her hair looks very different, so maybe her mum won't recognise her in the
Regardless of what
future.
space-time has to say about it.
Goodness. Are they gonna have to find a memory
I'll
wipe
be
in
your
a
chef.
human?
How about that? You need me to bail you out? I'll be right there.
Oh, he is just.
You really are square.
It worked, damn it.
A word for that.
You teleported.
I like that. Here it comes.
No.
Clear for takeoff, bud.
Oh god. At least Daisy's going to talk to Jaying, so she won't be on her own. Her mum showed her how to do that. I'm fine.
Vibrations. Nathaniel took that from you.
Mm-hmm.
It almost killed me.
Oh.
Are you close with her?
Oh, this is too much for me.
Inseparable. She
What
clung to
Daisy
my
would
lip
have
for
had.
the first 3 years.
She wasn't who I'd hoped she would be.
But now she knows how mum used to
She
be.
hurt you.
Oh, there's so much here.
Speak to your mom. Comes out all wrong.
I mean, that wasn't the situation then, but at least she gets to know that her mum would have been this kind, loving, gentle person that would have just done anything for her.
We're here.
You could have landed in a blender.
More like
Don't die! We need you in the future! Shit! I'm sorry, like I know that Gordon dying is, I mean, he seemed like quite a sweet kid. He hasn't yet turned evil, but... Oh god, I'm just... At least he's not good at it yet. That's one
I
thing.
know where I'm going.
Still didn't land in a blender!
Daisy.
Oh god. Oh god, he's
I'm
got...
looking all over for you.
Oh. What okay? What is it? The future is irreparably different at this point. I'm so stressed.
Still let you stay.
Yes, come on, Yo-Yo. Yes. Ha! How'd you like that?
You still have Daisy.
Oh
Is it
my
one daughter?
goodness. Oh, given the conversation they had. Oh.
But I would
It's
never.
actually a riveting story. See, Hydra just cuts you all to bits.
Oh, for God's
You're left
sake.
for dead, your power's stolen. That part, you both have in common now.
Oh.
Daisy to you.
Stop it.
You're on opposite sides.
Murder
So
him.
you start to. Guess who steps in to crush your spine,
Oh.
dear? Oh.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Ah! Just him having her powers makes me want to murder him myself even more than before.
My daughter alone.
Oh my goodness. If only this... I don't feel like it's going to work, but please do. Ah! Oh, watching her mum fighting to save her for once. What the hell?
Oh, I guess you won't live forever. And you won't live at all.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Daisy, you are my everything. Jiaying can come back from this, right? Because she could come back from being ripped to pieces. What? What is happening?
What's he after?
Simmons to find out about Fitz. Sorry, I feel really lightheaded. Oh my god. I can't breathe, I can't feel my head. Jiaying can recover from this, right? I feel very lightheaded right now. I don't feel my arms.
Slowly.
Laura, what have you done? I mean, is it a Deke style thing where Daisy will live, but there won't be a Daisy in the future? And oh, there's no. Oh, Daisy, I'm sorry. Please, like, wake up, Jiaying. Oh my god, where's Deke? Oh my god. This is a lot. I'm not okay. And Deke can do this. We love you, Deke. We trust you.
Why am I here? What do you want?
Fitz.
My
Okay, Fitz, it's time for you to show up. Well, this isn't exactly how I wanted to find Fitz, I can't lie. I suppose we're gonna find him now. The feeling is mostly back in my arms and legs, but not really. I think I had a panic attack in the middle of that episode, or at least, you know, the beginnings of one. I actually feel like I might throw up. Because it's not like one of my worst case scenarios, just, you know, played out casually on the screen like it was nothing. I'm gonna cling on to some kind of a shred of a hope. I mean, I know it's not a timeline in the sense of, like, Daisy's now going to fade out of existence. Like, I remember watching Charm and there was a big thing about how, like, if his parents didn't conceive him, Chris wouldn't exist, etc. You know, that was a whole plot. It's not that kind of future, so Daisy, we will not lose Daisy, but our present will lose Daisy. Our present, obviously the team will go back to it, but she won't have lived. And that is violently not okay with me, like, at all. I genuinely don't know where the show's gonna go, and especially, I pray that they're just messing with us, like, after what Enoch said about how the team won't all be together or whatever, and Daisy, they're my family, and then he was like, yeah, sad, families change, like, I'm already feeling so anxious about the fact that, like, could the team die, or we'll leave some in the 50s and some in the 70s, you know, like stranded or something. My best case scenario for the ending was like Fitzsimmons going off to have their family, and, you know, maybe Mac finally retiring and whatever. But I'm so stressed, and it's reaching the point where I don't even know if I'm going to enjoy these final 3 episodes the first time I watch them, because it could have a terrible ending. I feel actually nauseous. Like, all I can pray is that Whitehall thought Jiaying was dead. Cal found her in pieces and was able to piece her back together. So surely a snapped neck if you just twist her head back around, she'll come to, and then my life will return. Mate, what would Daisy Johnson do? Embroidery thing is even fallen over just to emphasise the fact. I mean, I know it's probably been like that before and I didn't notice, just... I'm clinging on to a hope that, like I said, Jane isn't dead, so we don't have to have a future in which Daisy doesn't exist, but we're already reaching the point where unless we get a memory racing Inhuman or something, the future is going to be irreparably different. And I think that's what S.H.I.E.L.D.'s going for. I think this show is going to end with armed characters in a future that has no relation to the entire show they've just lived. They will have, that will be their history, and maybe they're going to bring it in line with the MCU or something. The only way that would work is if it then meant these characters were going on the big screen, or the rumours about the Agents of Storm show were true. But I'm really not okay. I will try and actually talk about the episode. So I think Daisy maybe could have found a better time to tell Simmons about the whole thing, but I also understand, like, seeing your friend being that upset, you would begin to freak out, so wanting to know what the hell's going on, and I don't blame her for telling her. Susan and Daisy were very sweet. He was very chivalrous, and like, oh, you know, she's kissed him, she knows exactly like how much he cares about her, and it's at her pace. But like, I'm sorry, there's 3 episodes left. So Jane's gonna have her neck returned, and all's gonna be fine. That is the world I live in now. That, you know, May's gonna come along and just be like, give me a sec. Okay, and then Jane's going back, oh, that was a bad day. I don't know. I mean, are they gonna maybe go and find Cal, and then Cal's gonna revive her? Is that how they're gonna make them meet? Because maybe, I mean, we had Garrett going, best date ever, can I get a best date ever? And it's like, well, you know, if we go meet Daisy's dad, a lot of days are the best day ever with him. So that could be an interesting twist, I suppose. Maybe that's going to be how we save Jia-Ying. So yeah, and that's going to be how they meet, and then they're going to stay together, and then they're going to have Daisy, and then they're going to make the whole plot happen as it should. That I've decided. But just this episode, Simmons, you know, having that moment of fear, like we all had, that Fitz is dead. Now, I never truly believed Fitz was dead. I fully believe the show wanted to mess with us, wanted to make it so that we were all dying, especially people for who, like, you know, I know that if Simmons had been like, where's Daisy? What have I done? I would be having the panic attack I'm having right now. But that being said, I don't think he's dead. I still, like, my theory is still that, like, he got a kid or something. But he's obviously in some kind of a terribly dangerous situation, and maybe Simmons... Oh, I don't know. I just don't know. I do feel like we're probably going to find out next episode about it, because we are gonna... They're gonna take it out for neck, they're gonna go find him, etc. So, like, maybe that it is gonna be in the final 3 episodes we're gonna find out about Fitz. And, you know, I like that Deke still has his belief. Deke has got to save the day. It is down to him right now. And, you know, I truly think Deke has it in him to be a hero. He doesn't have powers, and he's up against 2 power people, which does limit the whole thing. But, I mean, Deke is a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. Deke, as much as he's goofy and funny, he is committed, he is skillful. I've enjoyed him this season so much more than I did last season. And like last season, by the end of the season, he was back to peak Deke, because they got a little bit carried away with how silly and funny he was. And like, yeah, Deke is a ridiculous character, but he has such a heroic heart as well, and I'm glad that we've got back to that. Coulson sort of saying he was, oh yeah, you know, I'm expendable, and then you're like, you're not, fine, I'm recyclable, and the horrible thing is he is recyclable. But I like that Mac was quick to be like, no, that is not true. The only one Coulson, it is you. I like that we managed to save most of the Inhumans, but then Gordon being dead, that irreparably changes the timeline, because he does so much teleporting in the future. Like, I do not think we're going back to the future that we left, and I am so worried about that. I hate concept that we're going to end up in a future where it's as though the show never happened. Like, that to me is one of the worst case scenarios for how a time travelling season can end. But, like, at the very least, if Gordon is dead, unless they meet another Inhuman with teleporting powers, or they transfer Garrett's powers to somebody else, no one will turn up to tell Daisy about her powers. Daisy will never go to Afterlife. The Inhumans will never be able to invade the helicarrier. Like, I don't understand, S.H.I.E.L.D., okay? You're putting me through hell. I've decided that I feel like actually maybe the next episode was called First Day Ever or something. So maybe we are going to meet Cal next episode, and Cal's going to fix Jia-Ying, and it's all going to be fine. But it was great seeing Garrett, and I did see that Garrett was going to be in it, and I managed to forget and then remember and then forget. But that was his son, wasn't it? Which is brilliant. I absolutely love that they got his son to play him, because obviously I mean, Bill Paxton couldn't, even if he was still with us, have played the part in the 80s, but I love that given that he's a character that was so pivotal in season 1, it was a really, really great way to revisit that character and revisit sort of season 1. But again, like, unless we can suck those powers out of Garrett, I don't know. Like, we're gonna have to kill Garrett at this stage. And does that mean that a different Hydra agent's going to be the one that corrupts Ward? Because Ward was very easily corruptible. As much as we saw in the framework that with a different set of circumstances he wouldn't have become evil, he was still someone that was very easily swayed that way. And despite having thousands of opportunities to change back, to see that his life, he never did, he just got worse. So that is very stressful. Of just the whole, I'm so stressed about where this show is going to go. Like, I'm just going to spend the next 3 weeks, instead of being like, woo, shield, 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 being like, please, please, shield, please don't ruin my life, please, please. And that's not something I'm looking forward to. But, I mean, this was a brilliant episode, do not get me wrong, it just kind of ruined my entire life. Other things, I'm sorry, I've already forgot things. So Gordon's death was really tragic. I mean, as much as Gordon, you know, I do agree with, like, in that season 2 finale when Lincoln was like, we're not bad, we're just misled. Gordon was definitely misled, but Gordon was one of the ones that I don't think would have ever turned around and done the right thing. But, you know, he died. Oh god, so much happened. I love Sousa just being there for Daisy and just there have been little flirting moments and it's everything and I love it. And I'm glad that Daisy's gonna have someone that will just be there for her throughout this whole stress. I'm pretty sure the next episode now is called something like First Date Ever, and then we had Garrett going on about Best Date Ever. I'm pretty sure Cal's coming into it. But for me, like, Daisy's been through so much in this entire show, and just her seeing her mum again, given that her mum is dead, given that her mum was horrible to her, and then finding out she has a sister who killed herself in the past, and that her mum never brought up because it was too painful. Like, that within itself is horrific and so much to process. And I love that Sousa told her to talk to her mum. I mean, okay, yeah, in the end it didn't go very well, but like he said, at this point, the whole timeline is screwed up, so in a way, talking to her doesn't really matter, and if it wasn't for fucking piece of shit, she would never find out Daisy was her daughter, and that sort of timeline-y bit, you know, she might have been like, she looks rather like that girl from the 80s, but maybe she wouldn't have pieced it together. But I thought that moment where she asked her how much she loved her daughter, and she told her, I mean, that's how much she loved Daisy before everything, that's how much she would have loved Daisy growing up. And she would have talked about Daisy with that same fondness and that same just love just shining out of her. Given that the team has Cora, I wonder how that's going to be, because she worked with someone that then killed her mother. Is she going to be upset about that? Is she going to act like she's not? Is Daisy going to get through to her? Daisy's meeting with her is now not going to take place. It's going to take place post her mother being murdered. Like, but then that whole bit where, you know, like Jane was like, oh, you found your mother and she hurt you, didn't she? Like, I'm so sorry they found out that was her. Just everything about that was horrific. And the fact that in that moment Jane actually tried to save her, like Daisy kind of got to watch her mum fight for her, because that's what her mum would have done. Before Hydra got to her, she would have fought tooth and nail, given up her own life for Daisy in a heartbeat. But then she watched her mum die. Like, I'm really not okay. I'm sorry, I'm just, like, I feel a little bit like I've died. I'm dead inside. I'm sorry. This was a fantastic episode in so many ways, but I was stressed going into it about where the show was going to go in terms of the future, and now I'm very stressed. I still can't fully feel my arms and legs, and I feel like I'm about to burst into sobs or just nothingness. So yeah, that happened. Please let next week Joy be like, yeah, you solved it. We went to Cal, now Jane's back, and they fell in love, and Daisy got to watch them fall in love. Please, 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 please let that be what happens, or let, you know, post-finale Joy be like, ha, Joy, why were you having all panic attacky stress times? It's all good. So if you would like to watch the unedited version of this reaction, which I imagine will have much more of me being unable to breathe properly and feeling my arms, because I did cut it. I imagine I will cut some of that out because we don't have 3 hours. Please check out my Patreon. I just want to point out as well, this is me actually adding this in because I thought in my brain while I just died. I just want to point out that not only did Daisy have to watch her mum die, she had to watch her mum be murdered with her own powers that were stolen from her. Like, has Daisy not suffered enough? I cannot wait to watch her destroy Nathaniel. If someone else gets to be the one that kills him, or ends him, or imprisons him, or whatever the hell his fate is, I'm not going to be okay with it. Okay, so it's been another while, and I've just been sat here trying to process my life, and I still feel like I'm going to die, but in a way, I suppose that Daisy never being born, we know with like the way, like, she didn't fade out of existence. We know with the way our timelines work that like Deke is still running around despite the fact that the future he came from isn't a thing anymore. Daisy already, it's not like any of the other team members, like she doesn't have family out there that are going to forget she exists. It does make me think that we are, unless they manage to go back and write everything, we are heading for a future in which the show never happened, which I'm not a fan of, but maybe they'll do it in a way that surprises me. And I kind of feel like, I suppose Daisy's core relationships, her family, is the team. So as long as it doesn't become a thing where everyone that's still part of the time loop, a part of the present, gets sucked back into the present and forgets the original events of the original timeline, which wasn't what happened when they changed the future, so touch wood. Then I guess that means that everyone on the Zephyr, their team, Coulson, May, her core family, will remember Daisy. But that does mean that, assuming the whole future is different, I'm going to decide that Lincoln is alive. That is how they end it. At the very least, they give me that Lincoln is out there living his best life. He won't even know Daisy exists. That makes me sad. Trip might be alive somewhere. He wouldn't know Daisy existed. Bobby and Hunter, they'll be out there living their lives with no idea Daisy exists, forgetting all of their past, and that makes me crushingly sad. And I just think for Daisy as well, the concept of never being born, because she's there, she exists, you know, she's still flesh, she's still, you know, half his genes, half her genes, so unless next episode they're like, okay, now Daisy's gonna fade out of existence, then I will kill everyone. But I'm just really sad about that. I think Daisy has suffered more than anyone, and even talking about this, I'm starting to feel slightly ill. I'm not looking forward to editing this episode, but I'm doing better. If you wanted an ETA, it's been about 20 minutes. I went downstairs and had a crisis talk with my mother about Daisy, as you do, and it's crushing, and I still am deciding that they're going to fix it, because Jai Ying was put into pieces and revived. She snapped neck of nothing. I'm still deciding that they're going to fix it, but if worst comes to the worst, Daisy is alive, Coulson knows who she is, May knows who she is, the team know who she is, so maybe it's not everything I wanted, but maybe it's not the end of the world, I guess, because, you know, Daisy, in our present that we left, her dad already didn't remember she existed, her mum was dead, she didn't really have a family, you know, in and out of the foster care system. She became a hacktivist. Then at one point they wiped all of their identities. I know that the world knows her as Quake, but it actually might help if she was to join Sword or something. I know I've seen rumours about that. I'm trying not to get my hopes up too much, because if I lose Daisy, I want to keep Daisy. Maybe her not being a famous world-renowned superhero would help with that. I don't know. I'm sad, but I'm dealing with it slightly better than I did in the shock. But to be honest, half of that was more just Daisy having to watch her mother, her kind, loving mother that was there for her, that was everything she dreamt she would be murdered with her own powers. That was part of what, like, I think put me into such a state of shock. And then just knowing that she's not going to exist and that's happened. I mean, I'm still beyond stressed at the end of this season. I still feel like they're going to wipe out the last 8 years of S.H.I.E.L.D. 7 years of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I'm stressed. But yeah, this was a really good episode. Thank you for watching, if you're still with me.